Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at DSLA and multivac. I want to say that I'm not a financial advisor and you should do your own research before investing money into crypto. Jumping into DSLA on the 4 hourly chart. So we did dip very low into this buying area that I gave you, and that is actually good. This is a signal of bottoming out. We've bottomed out and Bitcoin seems to be doing well, but still we're not out of the woods yet. The bears are running out of FUD, so sooner or later we're gonna get out of those key resistance areas on Bitcoin and hopefully get to 45 46k Bitcoin in the next week or so. All right, so I did show you this green buying zone, and let me just give you the prices for that. That was at 0.00473 and 0.00246, and I did state that if it goes anywhere lower than 0.00473, you should just dollar cost average. So don't put your entire $100 at this one price. Just spread it into 5 buy order limits across this zone and just dollar cost average. If it dips more, you just buy more. That's how I do it, and that's how I recommend doing it. But by no means that is not a financial advice. And as you can see, we find ourselves in this symmetrical triangle, in this ascending triangle, apologize. And as you can see, we're being supported by the 20 EMA. We've been supported by it very well. We haven't lost it as support. We got a bit overextended right now, so we might have to come back and just kiss the 20 EMA for continuation. But as you can see, we pumped up hard. We had this strong wick all the way to 0.00673. So from the very bottom of this of this dip for DSLA, as you can see, if you sold at this resistance level at 0.00473, that would be 47% of profit. If you sold at the next resistance level that I gave you in the last video, that would have been 87% of profit. And this last resistance area that I gave you, that would be 110% gains. So as you can see, an easy 2x if you bought the dip, but realistically, let's say you bought in somewhere around here, and okay, still that is 25% gains to the first resistance, 58% to the second, and 78% to the next resistance. So, you know, if you had your sell orders in, guys, that would have been great for you. But and you could have bought back in, you know, you could have bought right back in. But as you can see, we do have a breakout target from here, because we have been coming down. This is where we formed the triangle. And keep in mind that this long trend line was our support, but now we flipped it to resistance. So now if we do end up breaking out still, we do have a target of 0.00558. So we're going to mark that off, and that is, as you can see, a somewhat of a strong resistance over here, because we have been wicking through that area quite a few times and we were just unable to get through it right over here. As you can see in this area, I'm just going to highlight it for you. As you can see, we just failed to get through that area multiple times. So if we do end up pumping out of this ascending triangle even more, then expect this price to be a nice sell order. This is where you might get rejected. That would be 0.00558. So yeah, keep that in mind. If you bought, I saw a guy in the comments saying, I hope no one bought DSLA after this video. It went below 0.004. Well, if it did go, then you should have bought more, okay? I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't know, why do people think that if you know, if I give you this price, for example, it doesn't mean that you have to buy in at all in at this price, you know? You just have to spread out your orders right up until 0.00246, and you should still have some orders below in these low levels, because Bitcoin is still not out of the woods yet. We might crash down. We might get some FUD out of nowhere, something from China, something from Musk. We don't know, but you have to be ready. So right now we do find ourselves in this ascending triangle. I did give you a target right now at 0.00558. Let's check out some technical indicators. As you can see, if we check out the stock RSI, we still do have some room to grow. So perhaps we can go for that one last pump towards this price that I gave you, and then we come back down and retest this zone as support, which would be great, and some consolidation would be great as well. On the RSI, as you can see, we're topping out. We are sitting at a lovely 66 index at the moment, and we have been oversold actually for just a bit. But as you can see, each time we come into this zone, we get sent back down. So you can look at the RSI on the 4 hourly chart and just look to yourself and see when it comes up to these levels, you can just sell and just buy back in when it corrects, because that is something that you can take advantage of, because the RSI is a very strong indicator. Looking for the on the MACD for the bullish cross, we have created the bullish cross above the histogram, which is great. We're looking bullish. We got somewhat overextended to the downside, but now we're looking good. But obviously, we're still not out of the woods yet. I'm gonna keep on repeating that. Let's jump into the daily chart. So one thing that is good on the daily chart is that right now we are above the 20 EMA. The 20 EMA is the yellow line. The red line is the 55 EMA. So as you can see, the 55 EMA is creeping down towards that 0.00604 price that I gave you. So you can expect the 55 EMA on the daily be a huge resistance zone. But as you can see, with low cap gems like these, you can wake up to the upside very, very quickly. And that is when you should have your buy orders and sell orders ready. So over here, as you can see, we have started topping out on this stock RSI. So the only way from this area of this stock RSI is obviously to the downside. So potentially, if we don't break out of this ascending triangle, we just come back into it. And one thing you can expect is just come back down and break down. So if that does end up happening, guys, then I would give you this nice buying zone over here. As you can see, we have been wicking off of it quite a few times, and that would be 0.00407. So just keep that in mind. On the RSI, we're just having a strong impulsive wave to the upside, but nowhere near overbought by any means, obviously. So, and on the MACD, we formed a bullish cross on the daily below the histogram, which is great. You have to keep this in mind. MACD is a lagging indicator, but once it does something like this, it confirms an uptrend. So that is good. That is good. If you bought in at this dip, then it's great, but we can potentially break down out of this triangle. Do expect that, because I'm going to give you both sides of the coin. If we do end up pumping and retesting the support level, that would be great. If we do come up here, come back down, and consolidate, we can even break down from here and start forming another pattern, guys. Everything's possible. I'm just giving you some nice buying orders. But yeah, that's it for DSLA. Let's jump into Multivac. So we are on Multivac on the 4 hourly chart. I have drawn the fib retracement up from this impulsive wave top to the bottom. And as you can see, the 0.236 is going to act as strong resistance. Keep that in mind. That would be 0.0040349 cents. And yeah, I did give you this nice buying order over here at 0.0033042. So if you bought in, or you bought in potentially even lower, that's great. Keep on accumulating, guys, and you might be able to catch a staking pool on KuCoin for Multivac. But this is a great long-term project, guys. So I would recommend stacking up and doing your own research into it. But I do have a review of this project on my channel. Just check out the low cap gems playlist on my channel, and that will have that video. But we have formed the bearish. We actually, if you take a look over here, we even didn't form the bullish cross on the 4 hourly chart. As you can see, we had an EMA retest, but usually when we have an EMA retest, the 20 EMA is above the 55, and they just slink off of each other. Here it was the opposite. The 20 EMA, the yellow line, was below the 55, and it bounced off of it and went back down. So it had the opposite effect of when it's on the upside, when it's above the 55. So effectively, right now, we're still in a downtrend. We're still being suppressed by the 20 EMA. So perhaps if we do end up coming back down here to 0.0028788 I do apologize. 0.002839. If we do end up coming back down to this bottom, then that would be great. And I'm just gonna mark off that area. If we do end up creating this double bottom over here, that would be great. That is a nice reversal pattern. As you all know, that is a bullish pattern. We always target those patterns. But yeah, we were going for that bullish cross, as you can see, but we just couldn't do it. And yeah, unfortunately, sometimes altcoins have it the hard way. If we check the RSI, really, as you can see, we're not getting oversold, we're not getting overbought, we're just kind of consolidating, and this is what it is, just pure consolidation. But on the stock RSI, we have bottomed out, so now potentially you can expect some move to the upside, potentially bouncing off the 20 EMA once again, or even the 55 EMA, guys. So yeah, but I wouldn't recommend selling multivac right now unless it gets overextended and just, wicks off to this resistance level. Then you can have a sell order at this resistance level, which is at 0.0042. And yeah, just keep that in mind. As you can see, just like we had with DSLA, you can have a big wick to the upside, and potentially you can even have a wick to 0.0049313. Keep that in mind. And obviously we do have our strong resistance area over here, starting with 0.0055. So that is it for multivac, guys. Not a lot to say. Like I said, do target this price that I just gave you, and do target this price as well at 0.002668 if we do end up dropping down any lower, because that is a nice support level as well, guys. Keep that in mind. But that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's all I can say. If we do wake up, like I said, do have the sell orders ready and just buy back in once we correct down. But if you're not a swing trader, then just buy these dips, buy these support kisses. As you can see, if we do end up coming back down to either of these support levels, those would be great levels to buy in. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you for watching. Thanks for all the support. I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good